Hello, this is the third video of my PyQt tutorial series, and in this video I'll be showing you guys how to update the calculator screen via the buttons. And in case you don't understand what I'm talking about, it's going to be something like this. Like we make text appear on the screen of the calculator once we press a button. So let's get started.
Excellent on the beat.
So what we've just done here is that we started by assigning the boolean true to con as in condition, and we created an empty string called screen. Then we went further by creating functions. The first function we created was the function num, and it had an argument self, which is the argument that was in our first function, which was the underscore init underscore. So we make con and screen global variables here, which allows us to modify the values of con and string. And then we assign the value of self.zender to zender. Now what this self.zender does is to give the location of the button pressed if it is working under the function of num, and we assign number to the string of zender.text. Now zender.text is the value of the button that is pressed, which is working under the function num. Then we made the statement here saying if con is false, then self.text.setText, which is the function used to update, which is the function that we are going to use to update our queue line edits, which in this case is our screen. So we are telling Python to update the screen to the number that is pressed only, that it should only display the number pressed. Then we also told Python that after that it should assign the value of true to con, parentheses self.text.text plus number. What this means is that Python should display the objects on the calculator screen plus the number plus the value of the button that was just pressed. And then we made another function called sim, as in symbol, with an argument self. And also here we globalize con and screen, and we assign self.zender to zender. In this case we are assigning zender.text to symbol, and we are assigning the value of self.text.text to screen. And what this actually means is that all objects on the calculator screen is being assigned to the variable screen. Then we created a statement saying the if the length of screen does split, which is after which is if we split the object in the string screen, and the length of the object in the string screen is greater than or equals to 3, then count should be equal to false. Then we made an elif statement, and we and this elif statement we said we told Python that if con is equal to true, then self.text.setText self.text.text plus plus a space string plus symbol plus another space string. Now what this does is to change the object on the calculator string into the object that was initially on the calculator screen before we press the button that will be assigned to this function. Then add space to it for to make our calculator look neat, and the symbol which is the value of the button pressed, and then another space to make our calculator look neat. Then we defined a function point, and what this does is when con is equal to true, it updates the object on the screen of the calculator to the object that was initially on the screen of the calculator, and a dot. Then we made an else statement, which means if con is not false initially. And here we use CSS to change the font size of the text on our button to 30 pixels. And also at this end we changed the font size of the text that is going to appear on the screen of the calculator to 30 pixels. So let's run this code and see what happens. As you can see, once we click on a button, it appears on the screen of the calculator, and once we click a symbol, it also appears on the screen of the calculator with a space in between the button and the symbol. And also these 3 objects, and we click a symbol, nothing is going to happen, but it's going to it's going to tell the program that it shouldn't take in any symbol, any symbol again. And if we click on a number, it's going to start the whole process over again. So that's because of what we told the program to do here. If length of screen does split is greater or equal to 3, then con is equal to false. Now con is the boolean that is controlling the amount of objects we have on the screen, and while it's false, we cannot type anything on the screen. So basically what we told the program to do here is if the amount of object on the screen is greater or equals to 3, then it shouldn't update the screen again if a symbol is pressed, and should start the updating of the screen over again if a number is pressed. So, and the reason why I did that is because if we have a lot of numbers on the screen while we're actually doing the calculation in the next video, it's going to become harder. The algorithm I will have to use will be more complex, and it won't be suitable for this kind of tutorial. So now, as you can see, we can type things on our calculator, but we can't actually clear them. We can't delete anything. So let's add some buttons to delete objects from our screen. But then when we look at our calculator again, we don't have any space to add objects anymore. We don't have space to add object anymore. So we are going to create a toolbar to add the clear objects, and to add the clear button and the delete button. So let's get started. So let's review what we've just done here. We've assigned the value Q action to action 1, and in the Q action it has two arguments. The first one is the string clear, and second one is the argument self. Clear is the text that will appear on the toolbar button, and then we have the statement saying action.trigger.connect self.clear. Now what this does is to carry out the command in the clear function when the toolbar button is clicked. Then we also have action 2, which also does the same thing as action 1. Then we also have action 2, and it basically does the same thing as action 1, except it has a string del, and it carries out the command in the delete function. Then we have cleared equals self.add toolbar. Now what this does is to add a button on the toolbar menu called clear. Then we also have clear.add action. It has a clear.add action argument action 1. Now what this does is to carry out the command assigned to the action 1 variable. Now we have deleted equals self.add toolbar. It's what's written here basically does the same thing as what's initially written here, so I don't think I need to explain that one again. And then we have our clear function. Inside the clear function we have self.text.clear. Now what this does is to delete everything on the queue line edit, which is our screen. So if the toolbar button cleared is pressed, it's going to delete everything on the screen. Then we have the delete function, which contains the self.text.backspace. What this does is to delete the last written text on the queue line edit. So it's more or less like a single delete instead of a full delete. Now let's check out the code and see what we've done. I got an error there. I think I need to go and exactly. Now we got an error. I think it's because we assigned the key action inside our for loop. So let's drag this out of the for loop. Now let's run this again and see what we have. As you can see, we have the two toolbar buttons we've just created. Now let's test them out and see if they actually work. So the clear button works well. Let's check the delete button. It also works well. So that's the end of today's tutorial. If you find this helpful, please make sure to give this video a like and to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more content. Thanks for watching.